The morning light filters through the curtains. A quiet breeze touches the shoulders like a whisper. I remember my grandmother sitting by the window each day. Her hands rested on her knees, her posture calm but tired. She used to say, "My shoulders feel heavy, like carrying years of stories." Time had curved her back, but not her spirit. One day she began to move slowly, rolling her shoulders with care. Each motion was gentle, almost like a dance with time. At first it seemed so simple, almost too small to matter. But days turned into weeks, and something began to change. Her shoulders lifted. Her smile returned, and the heaviness seemed to fade away with every slow stretch. It wasn't about strength or youth anymore. It was about awareness, patience, and love for her own body. Today, as I guide you through this moment, I remember her. The way she found freedom in stillness. The way she aligned her spirit with her breath. So take a deep breath now. Let's begin this gentle journey toward balance and ease together. The shoulders are quiet storytellers. They carry memories, habits, and invisible weight. Every shrug, every reach, every sigh leaves a small trace there. Over time, those traces become stiffness, a silent reminder of living. When we grow older, our bodies start whispering in softer tones. The joints speak through tension, the muscles through tiredness. It's not a complaint, just a message that says, "Notice me." The shoulders are the bridge between our actions and emotions. They open when we trust, they close when we guard ourselves. They rise in worry and fall in relief. Each gesture tells a story we rarely stop to listen to. Imagine the shoulders as gentle hinges. They help you lift your arms, reach a shelf, or embrace someone you love. But with age, those hinges begin to rust a little. Not because they're broken, but because they've worked so long without pause. Sometimes it's the way we sit for hours. Sometimes it's the years of carrying bags, boxes, or burdens unseen. And sometimes it's simply the rhythm of time shaping the body. In our younger days, we take movement for granted. We reach without thinking, stretch without awareness. But when years pass, movement becomes a gift we learn to respect. There's beauty in slowing down, in noticing what was once automatic. That's where the shoulders invite us to begin again. To rediscover softness in motion. To feel the subtle conversation between breath and bone. Alignment isn't just about straight lines or posture. It's about balance, connection, and presence in every small movement. Picture yourself sitting quietly, your shoulders resting gently above your ribs, the spine rising tall like a steady tree. Notice how the shoulders float on the breath. With every inhale, they lift slightly. With every exhale, they ease down. This natural rhythm is always there, waiting to be remembered. When you align your shoulders, something else aligns too. Your thoughts become calmer. Your breathing deepens. Your awareness widens. It's like tuning an old instrument until it hums softly again. The music of your body begins to return. The shoulders remind us that gentleness is powerful. That healing doesn't come from force, but from listening. Even a slow circle, a small lift, a mindful pause, each one matters. Science tells us that the shoulders are built for motion. The ball and socket joint allows wide, graceful range. But the real wisdom lies in using that freedom wisely. Too fast and the body tightens in defense. Too still and it forgets how to move at all. So we seek the middle path, slow, steady, kind. Older adults know this rhythm better than anyone. They've learned that patience is stronger than speed. Each mindful stretch becomes an act of care, a promise to honor what the body still offers. The shoulders, when aligned, give us more than good posture. They give us confidence, ease, and quiet strength. They remind us that we are still capable of grace, still able to move through life with openness. And in that movement, we find something timeless: harmony. The kind that starts in the shoulders and reaches the heart. There is something magical about moving slowly. It's like time itself begins to breathe with you. In a world that rushes forward, slowness feels almost rebellious. But for the body, especially as it ages, slow movement is pure kindness. It gives the muscles a chance to speak before they strain. It gives the joints time to warm, to remember their rhythm. Each slow motion tells the body, you are safe here. Rushing may bring results, but gentleness brings longevity. When we slow down, awareness opens wide. We start to notice the tiny sensations we once ignored. The subtle pull of a tendon, the soft hum of breath filling the chest, the way the shoulder shifts, just a fraction with each inhale. It's in those small details that true healing begins. Slow stretching is not about reaching farther. It's about feeling deeper. When you move slowly, the brain listens differently. It stops demanding perfection and starts observing with curiosity. You begin to feel not just the stretch, but the story behind it. The years of tension melting like frost in the morning sun. The patterns of protection finally letting go. Imagine your shoulders as two gentle waves. Each slow roll forward and back sends ripples through the body. The slower you move, the smoother the water becomes. This is not exercise in the usual sense. It's meditation in motion. For older adults, slow movement builds trust. Trust between the mind and the muscles. Trust between what the body remembers and what it can still learn. There's wisdom in every careful rotation, every patient breath. Slowness also teaches humility. We realize that our bodies have limits, and that's okay. Pushing harder won't make them younger, but moving with care makes them wiser. Think of a tree in the wind. It bends, it sways, it doesn't resist the flow. That's how the body thrives, not through force but through flexibility. When you move slowly, blood flows more freely to the muscles. The joints lubricate, the fascia soften, the nerves calm down. It's like oiling the gears of a delicate clock. The clock doesn't tick louder, it ticks smoother. That's what slow stretching does for your shoulders. It doesn't just loosen them. It teaches them to move with grace again. Sometimes we confuse slowness with weakness. But in truth, slowness requires strength of attention. It takes courage to resist the urge to rush. It takes mindfulness to stay with the moment fully. The beauty of slow stretching lies in its silence. There is no competition, no deadline, no noise. Just the rhythm of breath and the quiet dialogue with your body. Older adults often rediscover movement this way. They learn that small, mindful motions hold big transformations. Each slow shoulder roll becomes a reminder, you are alive. Your body is still learning, still adapting, still capable. Slowness is not a loss, it's a return. A return to the present, to patience, to peace. And in that still rhythm, alignment begins, not just in the shoulders but in the soul. Before any movement begins, there is stillness. A quiet pause, like the breath before a gentle wave. Preparation is not just about the body, but about presence. The way we begin shapes everything that follows. So take a moment now. Find a space that feels calm and open. Maybe a favorite chair near the window. Maybe a corner where the morning light softly rests. Feel your feet touching the ground, steady and warm. This connection is your anchor, your reminder to stay here. Let your spine rise gently, like a tall tree growing from deep roots. Your hands can rest on your thighs, palms open, ready to receive ease. Notice your breathing slow, calm, unhurried. Inhale through the nose, letting air fill your ribs. Exhale through the mouth, letting your shoulders release their weight. Do this a few times, letting each breath soften you a little more. The preparation is not a warm-up for the body alone. It is a way to quiet the thoughts that pull you elsewhere. We live in constant motion, even when sitting still. The mind rushes ahead, planning, remembering, worrying. But before we stretch, we learn to arrive, to be exactly where we are, without needing to change it. As you sit here, imagine your shoulders resting gently on the breath. Not forced, not fixed, simply supported by your breathing rhythm. Feel the skin across your collarbone stretch slightly with each inhale. Feel the back of your shoulders melt down with each exhale. This awareness prepares you better than any quick motion could. Now let your jaw soften, releasing the tension that hides there. Unclench your teeth, relax the space behind your eyes. Let the muscles of your neck lengthen naturally. Preparation means kindness to every part that joins the movement. If there is stiffness, acknowledge it without judgment. If there is fatigue, treat it like an old friend visiting once again. You do not need to fix anything now. You only need to notice, breathe, and allow. Older adults often forget how powerful this stillness can be. The pause before the stretch is where true awareness blooms. It is the doorway to moving with intention instead of habit. Some people believe stretching starts with the first motion. But truly, it begins with the first breath of attention. The first time you feel the body as it is, not as it was. From this quiet space, slow stretching becomes effortless. Every movement that follows grows from this calm foundation. Your body is ready when your breath feels gentle and steady. Your shoulders are ready when they rest without defense. The environment around you supports this peace. No rush, no expectation, only patience. This is where the practice becomes sacred, a small ritual of care. You prepare not just to move, but to meet yourself again. The air feels lighter now. The heart beats slower, calmer. And with every soft breath, the body whispers, I am ready. Ready not to push, but to flow. Ready not to force, but to listen. This is how preparation becomes the quiet art of healing. Now that your body is calm, let the movement begin slowly. No rush, no effort, only gentle curiosity. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Let your breath guide the rhythm of your motion. We will start with the simplest gesture, the shoulder roll. Inhale softly, lift both shoulders up toward your ears. Feel the muscles wake up, the skin stretching slightly. Exhale slowly, let the shoulders glide back and down. Imagine melting tension, flowing away like warm water. Do this again, inhale up, exhale down. Move like a tide, steady and natural. Each roll is a wave smoothing the edges of stiffness. Let your breath stay calm and even. You are not chasing perfection, you are nurturing flow. Now try one shoulder at a time. Lift your right shoulder gently toward your ear. Pause for a moment, then release it down with a sigh. Then lift the left slowly, quietly, like a whisper of movement. Notice how each side feels, different, unique, alive. There's no need to match them, just to feel them. Your body is a story, and each shoulder has its own chapter. Now extend your arms slightly forward, palms facing down. Inhale and reach, just enough to feel your shoulder blades part. Exhale and let your arms drift back, feeling them settle. The motion is small, but the awareness is vast. Your shoulder blades glide like wings, folding and unfolding. Every slow repetition brings more ease, more space. Now place your hands gently on your thighs. Breathe in deeply, feel your ribs expand. Breathe out slowly, letting your chest soften. You may notice warmth spreading through your upper back. That's your body thanking you for your patience. We move again, but slower this time. Imagine your shoulders as clouds drifting in the sky. No force, no direction, just natural motion. Each circle smooths away another layer of tension. Let gravity be your partner. Let the air support your arms. You are not lifting weight, you are releasing it. Notice how your spine joins the movement, subtle but present. The rhythm becomes a gentle dance between breath and motion. If a spot feels tight, pause there and breathe into it. Don't resist, let the breath soften what the body holds. This is how release happens, not by pushing but by listening. Your shoulders are learning to trust again, to move freely, without the burden of control. Each roll, each breath, is a quiet promise of renewal. If your eyes are still closed, open them softly now. The world feels a little lighter, doesn't it? The tension that once felt heavy begins to fade. You are not just stretching muscles, you are reshaping awareness. Every gentle motion creates new space for comfort. Now sit quietly again, hands resting on your knees. Take one deep breath in. Exhale and feel the warmth resting in your shoulders. You have begun to awaken forgotten parts of yourself. And in that awakening, your body whispers gratitude. The slow stretch becomes more than exercise, it becomes peace. As the movement fades, stillness returns again. But something feels different now, doesn't it? There's a quiet warmth resting where stiffness used to live. Your shoulders breathe easier, lighter, freer. This small moment of ease begins to ripple outward. Because when your shoulders align, your whole posture changes. Your chest opens, your head lifts, your breath deepens. The body begins to trust its balance once more. Everyday motions start to feel more natural, more graceful. Reaching for a cup, combing your hair, or hugging someone you love. They all feel easier, smoother, more connected. That's the power of gentle practice repeated over time. Change doesn't arrive loudly. It arrives quietly, one breath at a time. Older adults often forget that the body still listens. It listens to care, to patience, to kindness given through motion. And when it feels that kindness, it responds beautifully. Each day you stretch, your shoulders remember a little more freedom. The muscles begin to wake like flowers turning toward morning light. Alignment isn't about standing straight like a soldier. It's about harmony, bones, muscles, and breath moving together. You begin to walk taller, not from effort but from ease. Your body rediscovers the rhythm it was always meant to have. And in that rhythm, confidence blooms quietly. A simple act like reaching up becomes a celebration of mobility. Lifting your arm no longer feels like work, it feels like flow. Even small things, tying your scarf, turning your head, feels smoother. It's as if the body whispers, "Thank you for remembering me." This practice is a return to awareness. It doesn't demand strength, it invites softness. The shoulders are patient teachers. They show that healing is not about pushing harder. It's about giving space, time, and breath. You might notice your breathing change throughout the day. It becomes deeper, slower, more natural. You may catch yourself sitting taller, your back gently aligned. The effects of this slow stretch follow you beyond the moment. When stress tries to tighten you again, the body remembers release. It remembers that you know how to let go. Each repetition writes a new memory into your muscles. A memory of peace, of lightness, of trust. The shoulders become symbols of how you carry life itself. When aligned, they remind you to face the world with openness. When relaxed, they remind you that not everything needs control. Older adults often find joy in these quiet victories. The freedom to move without pain. The comfort of resting without tension. The simple happiness of breathing without restriction. These are not small things. They are miracles disguised as ordinary moments. And all of them begin with something as simple as a slow stretch. So as you go about your day, remember this feeling. The warmth in your shoulders. The calm in your breath. The balance that flows gently through your spine. Let these sensations guide you through everything you do. Because what you've done today is more than a stretch, It's a renewal, a soft promise to your body that it is still capable of grace. And every time you move with intention, that promise grows stronger. The shoulders are more than muscles and bones. They are the quiet bridge between movement and emotion. Each time you lift or lower them, you speak to your own heart. Slow stretching becomes a language of kindness to yourself. It is not about flexibility, it is about connection. The body listens to every thought, every breath you take. When you move with care, the mind begins to soften too. The stress that once lived in your neck starts to fade. The weight of old worries melts into the rhythm of your breath. This is the mind-body connection unfolding in silence. You realize that healing does not come only from action. It comes from awareness, from being fully present in each motion. Every stretch is a gentle conversation with your inner self. The shoulders, once tense from years of holding on, begin to release. They no longer guard you against the past. They open, allowing calm to enter. In that opening, there's a quiet wisdom. You start to see how your emotions shape your posture. Sadness makes us curl inward. Joy lifts the chest and opens the heart. When alignment returns, emotion flows freely again. You begin to breathe not just with your lungs, but with your whole being. Older adults often rediscover this truth in simplicity. They learn that slowing down brings them closer to their essence. Every stretch becomes a reflection of how they live with patience, with gentleness, with gratitude for the body that still carries them. You may start to notice this connection in daily life too. A deep breath before a decision. A gentle roll of the shoulders before a conversation. Each small act becomes a moment of mindfulness. A way of saying, I am here alive and aware. When body and mind align, balance follows naturally. The shoulders rest where they belong, not forward or tense. The spine supports them with quiet strength. The breath flows freely, carrying calm through every cell. You move through your day with more grace, less resistance. Even challenges feel lighter when your body feels open. Because posture is not only physical, it's emotional courage. It's the shape of how you face the world. A relaxed shoulder says, I trust myself. An aligned body whispers, I am enough. The slow shoulder stretch becomes a meditation in motion. You meet yourself exactly as you are, without judgment. And in that meeting, something profound unfolds: peace. It doesn't shout, it hums quietly beneath the breath. It stays with you long after the movement ends. The next time you feel tension rising, remember this moment. Close your eyes, breathe, and let your shoulders soften. You don't need to escape, you just need to return to stillness. The connection is always there, waiting beneath the noise. Every stretch, every pause, is a reminder of that truth. You are not separate from your body, you are its home. And when you move slowly, you come back to that home again. Shoulders aligned, breath steady, heart calm, this is harmony. This is the quiet strength that carries you through the years. The air feels softer now. Your breath moves easily, calm and steady. The shoulders rest where they belong, light, balanced, alive. You've taken a small journey, one of awareness and care. A journey not to change who you are, but to honor what remains strong. Each slow stretch became a quiet promise to your body. A reminder that healing doesn't rush, it listens. That balance comes not from effort, but from presence. You've realigned more than just your shoulders today. You've aligned your patience, your breath, your spirit. The body remembers these moments of stillness. It carries them into every step, every gentle motion. You may not notice it right away, but in time, you'll find yourself moving easier, standing taller. You'll feel a quiet confidence in the way you carry yourself. This is what slow practice gives: grace that lasts. So take one last deep breath. Inhale strength, exhale peace. Let gratitude fill your heart for this simple act of care. And as you open your eyes, remember, every slow movement is a gift. A way of saying to your body, thank you, I'm listening.